Uh, let's talk about the Foo Fighters. I don't know why on earth the Foo Fighters are not headlining the Super Bowl halftime show for this year, other than the fact that maybe they passed. Okay, maybe they passed on playing at the Super Bowl. I could almost buy that excuse up until this very moment because, according to everything, the Foo Fighters are going to perform where the Super Bowl is happening on the Saturday before the Super Bowl. That's right. Saturday night, February 2nd, in Atlanta, in the Mercedes-Benz Arena, where stadium where the Super Bowl is happening, the Foo Fighters will be there performing the night before the Super Bowl. I don't know how we got into this world where Maroon 5 is chosen over the Foo Fighters. I just don't. Like, as an indie fan, like, of course I want, I want Dave Matthews Band to perform there, but I know that that's probably not a realistic thing, even though they've sold a whole ton of records and toured all over the place. Yeah, I want Nathaniel Rateliff or Hozier or, one of these, great up-and-comers to, I want a lot of people to perform, but I'm realistic. I know it's got to be a major pop, mainstream, accepted artist, which Dave was at one point, but maybe not so much anymore. All these guys, you can make little things. The Foo Fighters, to me, check all the boxes. They check all the boxes. Mainstream appeal, record sales success, touring success. They were just nominated by Polestar for their tour this year. All this stuff. I don't know why, for the life of me, the Foo Fighters are not your Super Bowl halftime performers. It just seems flat out bizarre that this hasn't happened. But again, like we've talked about on the morning show with Anthony previous, there is a whole slew of festivities going around in and around the Super Bowl. It's really turned into this massive thing, much like Coachella and South by Southwest. Really, South by Southwest to me is the example. South by Southwest was a music festival, which turned into a music festival / film festival / tech conference / there's just a lot of things that don't have anything to do with music going on during South by Southwest. And that's the thing with the Super Bowl now, because there's a ton of things that have nothing to do with football going on. Because you got, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 people flooding the area to conduct business or do this or that are there that need something to do at night. So music pops up, this pops up, that, these things start happening. Super Bowl week becomes a thing in its own right. So we told you about the Bud Light Bud Light Super Bowl Music Festival, which is actually being billed that. Ludacris, Migos, Lil Jon, Aerosmith with a special guest that they've yet to announce yet, Bruno Mars, and Cardi B. Cardi B also big time rumored to be in the running for the Super Bowl halftime show. She passed on it, from what I understand. Aerosmith has already done it. Don't know who their special guest is, but that's that. Talked about the Foo Fighters last time we talked about this. I was like, why? And now we get this huge announcement that they're going to play the night before. I just don't get it. Not that it's not great and it's advantageous for the Foo Fighters to be a part of this. It's great that they're there Saturday night. It's awesome. They're going to see a bump in their sales. It's obviously going to be a sold-out show. Everybody's going to go. It's a no-brainer. But I don't know why the NFL wouldn't opt for them over Maroon 5, which, by the way, it's December 3rd, and we still have yet to, I think around December we get the official announcement. But I don't know. It feels late. That this Maroon 5 thing has been out there for the longest time as a rumor and hasn't officially been announced yet. That's the other weird thing. It's everybody, that's been the rumor. Nobody's disputed it. Nobody's confirmed it. It's just weird that it's just kind of laying out there. I would have went for the Foo Fighters in a big, big way. I think they are, as not as bubblegum poppy as Maroon 5 is for sure, but still have plenty of pop appeal and would be perfect for a Super Bowl halftime show. Imagine a Foo Fighters greatest hits montage jammed into that 12 minutes or 15, 17 minutes, whatever they get. I think they get 12 minutes. I mean, that way everybody would be so pumped. So pumped. That would be so good. But allow me to start the speculation of where the hell is this announcement for the halftime show? Because I feel like we should have gotten it by now. Speaking of Foo Fighters, I mentioned that they were nominated for a Polestar Award. Polestar is the company that tracks, live events, concerts, ticket sales, all that kind of stuff. Very inside industry thing, but they do have their Polestar Awards, and they did announce their nominees. And the Foo Fighters were in that group for Best Rock Tour. Foo Fighters, Panic at the Disco, U2, Metallica, Imagine Dragons, Def Leppard with Journey, and the Eagles all nominated in the Best Rock Tour category. Best Residency they have now. Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden, Bruce and his Springsteen on Broadway, Celine at Caesars, Elton John at Caesars, Jennifer Lopez at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and the Backstreet Boys at Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. Best Touring Musician, here are the nominees for that. John Mayer with Dead & Company, Elton John, Mike Campbell of Fleetwood Mac. Pretty interesting seeing is that tour really just got started, so that's an interesting selection. Mark Rivera, the Billy Joel Band, Trey Anastasio of Phish, and Vince Gill, who's around running with the Eagles these days. Major Tour of the Year nominees go to Ed Sheeran, Taylor Swift, Bruno Mars, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Drake, and U2. I have a feeling U2 would snag that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor Swift takes it.